Check your life preservers. Another episode of the Titanic build sails your way right now. Welcome back to Brickscale Studio. My name is Jeff. Thank you so much for joining me today as we have another episode of the epic Build the Titanic. So today we're going to be focusing on, we get another keel piece for the bottom, and then we're working on two different deck pieces, the front well deck and the officers' quarters. So let's get into the build and then we'll talk about it after. All right, here we are with issue number 13. Let's get into the magazine. There is a notice in here, which we will get to in a minute. So here is the magazine. We're going to talk about the lifeboats. Sketchy subject when it comes to the Titanic. Part 4 of the band. And then here we get into our parts. It looks like we have another keel section, and then we've got some parts that we're going to be adding to the forward well deck that we completed in the last episode. Well, I guess, or that we started, so there we go. So we do have an issue that came in, just like in our first issue where we had some miscolored parts and they included some replacements. We have the same issue with this issue. For issue 13, they have included some newly recolored parts, so there will be some parts in our parts pack that we will be swapping out for these newer ones. And it tells you specifically what they are. So here it talks about the ones for issue 1, which we've already taken care of, and then for issue 13, the fair lead rollers are corrected to this gray color, and then the winches are also corrected to the gray color. So let's get this open and see. I'm imagining they're probably white maybe in here. I'm not sure. So here, you can hear that metal hull piece, or this is the keel piece. And then here are the parts. All right, so we've got some screws here. So we want to make sure that we are okay. All right, so these two pieces, which are white, they have been recolored in gray, so we will not be using these. And then there are some winches. Ah, I see. So that is these two parts, which are also white, and they have been recolored in gray, so we will not be using those. All right, and these are the recolored parts, so we can get those out of here. So we're going to bring back the forward well deck, which we were working on in the last episode. And we are going to take, let's see, 13F. We're going to take bits. These are just called bits. And we will be inserting them in. And this says no glue is needed, so and yeah, those fit in there very tight. And then we have two more up here. Make sure you press those in until you hear that little click. And yeah, those are good. All right. Now we want the large air vent, which is this one. And this one does say to add a little glue. And it's going in this middle hole right between these two hatches. And again, we want to be careful. Remember last time we pushed a little too hard. And now we want to take our recolored fair lead rollers. And these are going to go in on either side. Just clip those in. Grab the other one here. There we go. So the first one clipped in really tight, but this one is loose, so good thing we got the glue on it. So now we want our recolored winches here, and they're going to go on the other side of this small hatch with the little rollers going toward the hatch. So there is one. And there is two. All right, and now we want to take the two smaller air vents, and they are going to go here and here. Just kind of wiggle those into place. Just like so. And then the last is, let's see, 2 steps, and one is larger than the other, it says. They look, one peg is larger than the other, yes. Okay, I was like, the steps look the same size to me. Okay, got you. So they're going to go right here. And that presses in. And I don't even know if you need any glue. I mean, that went in pretty firmly. All right. All right, so that is it for this issue. We are not doing anything with this. We are saving that for a future issue. So let's set these aside, and we are into issue 14. Magazine. Looks like we get some more deck. Here we get the swan, oh wait. Officers' quarters, okay. So we get some more decking here, so we're gonna need to, glue some more items in, add some more details. And that's what we'll be left with. So let's get into this. Issue 14. Wow, that is looking oh, actually, it's already attached. Okay. We'll double check that. And then we have some details to add. According to the instructions, we are okay, here we go. Yes, never mind. So yes, same issue. We will need to attach this, but that will go on just like this. This one's even easier because there's all these little tabs and details that will make it easier. So again, let's go ahead and just get some glue on here. All right, I think that is good. So let's remove the backing here. And this one should go on fairly simple because, like I said, we have these tabs that stand up. So let me just press that down. All right, and this one you can see that it's not just a thin piece. We've got, looks like, you know, they said this is the officers' quarters, so we've got some little interiors there, so that's kind of cool. All right, now we have our details here. So we have some vents, some air intakes, a swan neck vent. That's very dramatic. Okay, there we go. So these are just sort of, so we have swan neck vent A, vent B, vent C, cowled vent, vent D, and then air intake. So not very exciting names, you know. All right, so the first thing we're doing, so we are taking the cowled vent, which is this one. All right, so this one is going in just like so, and they said no glue is needed, and that is accurate. That is fitting in there very tightly. Then we're taking vent D, which is this one. So again, you always want to double check the orientation of the photo. So that is going just like so. And then this guy, do we need glue? It says to use glue if necessary. Let's try it without. Actually, that one I might put a little glue on. I mean, it fits in there snugly, but it comes out very easily. Next is this one, and it's going up here. And it says that we can also use glue on this one. So we've got two more parts here. Actually, one more part. Does this say... So this does not say that we need glue for this little guy, so let me... So this is going in right here. Yeah, it's a little tricky because it's so small. Okay. All right. And then this one we are not doing anything with. We are holding onto it for future use. So that is it for issue 14. Let's move on to the LEGO side. Okay, here we are on the LEGO side. So last time we put on these sections here, and today we're going to be doing steps 91 through 105. So let's get started. All right, that is it for the LEGO portion. That's it through 105. So we got some decking done here, and look here. I'm guessing this is this. Like, it certainly looks like it to me. But that is it for the LEGO portion, and that is it for this episode. Okay, so let's recap what we did. All right, so on the LEGO side, we mostly concentrated on this decking area. And then we got started on what looks like the anchor chains here. And then on the scale model side, we got this keel piece that we've been asked to set aside. And then we worked on adding some details to the front whale deck that we completed in the last episode. And then we started work on the officers' quarters by applying the veneer and some of this venting. And then we also have this piece that we're to keep for a future issue. But at the end of the Lego section, yeah, what do y'all think? Like, this looks very similar here. Like, this piece is this, and then we have our hatches. So very cool. I love how this build, this obviously is the forecastle that we did in the first episode of the scale model. So I like how they're kind of in tandem here. We're working on the same areas of the ship. But that's it for episode 7. Okay, so we didn't actually do anything with the keel piece, but we will next week, I promise. But we did work on that forward well deck. We'll also be working on another deck piece next week. And I believe we'll be adding some additional details to that forward well, or that, yeah, forward well deck. So let's take a look at our summary really quick. So for the scale model version, we completed 12 steps and used 22 parts. For the LEGO version, we completed 21 steps and used 161 parts. All right, so again, I know I sound like a broken record, which I think I also said in the last episode, but I just love how these two builds are sort of synchronous right now. In our other ones, the DeLorean that we've done, the Optimus Prime, the Batmobile, like, they're totally in different stages with the scale model version and the LEGO version. We're usually working on two totally different areas. But with this one, with the Titanic, it seems like we're building in sequence with each other. Like, we're working on the front of the ship and the decks on the scale model side, and we're doing the same thing on the LEGO side. So very cool. So it'd be interesting to see if we diverge and where we diverge with that. But stay tuned for next week. We actually are, like I said, are going to be attaching that keel piece and another piece of the hull, and we're going to be working on another decking piece, plus adding some details to the officer quarter deck. And then Saturday, we're going to be looking at the Bricklink Designer Program Series 5 sets, so stay tuned for that. And then, of course, Tuesday, we have another Optimus Prime build. So until we see each other again, happy building, take care, be kind to each other, and I'll see you real soon.